Welcome to Military Comebacks. Today's story will challenge everything you think you know about courage, sacrifice, and the people who stand guard over freedom. This isn't just another war story. It's about a woman whose identity stayed classified for years, a single shot that seemed to defy physics, and the moment a battle-hardened SEAL commander realized he was in the presence of a living legend. Picture the desert wind. The weight of impossible choices. The echo of a rifle report that changed the direction of a fight. This is her story. The armory was quiet that evening, hidden inside a remote forward operating base in mountains where three borders met and maps grew vague. Commander James Dalton carried 23 years of combat in his posture, his face carved by time and missions never spoken of back home. He had trained with the best, led the best, and believed he'd seen everything war could show him. He was wrong. Passing the weapons maintenance room, he slowed. Through a half-open door he saw her, a woman in her late 20s, seated alone under a flickering fluorescent light. Her hands moved with surgical precision and almost musical care as she field-stripped a Barrett M82A 1.50 caliber sniper rifle. The massive weapon lay in perfect order across the table, each component clean and gleaming despite the dust that coated everything else. Dalton meant to keep walking. Soldiers and their weapons shared quiet rituals that didn't welcome interruption. But something held him there, maybe the way her fingers traced the barrel, searching for microscopic flaws, or the faint tattoo of coordinates along her forearm. "That's a serious piece of equipment," he said. She didn't flinch. Professionals never did. Her green eyes met his steadily. "Yes, sir. It's the right tool for certain jobs." He stepped inside. "You're qualified on the Barrett, Marine Scout Sniper Program, and others. Any program that would take me." Her hands kept working, reassembling the rifle in smooth, practiced motions. "I'm Commander Dalton. Captain Sarah Chen, sir. Most people call me Ghost." "Ghost," he repeated. "Because you're quiet?" A faint smile touched her lips. "Because after the shot, I'm gone before anyone knows where it came from." He pulled up a chair. "How long in theater?" "4 months this deployment. 6 years doing this work." She locked the upper receiver into place with a solid click. Cleaning a rifle isn't just maintenance. It's meditation. A conversation with the tool that keeps you alive. Dalton recognized modesty when he heard it. "Longest confirmed shot." She paused, just briefly. 3,347 meters, sir." The number hung heavy in the room. That was more than 2 miles, near world record distance. "Over 2 miles, he murmured. "Wind gusting 12 to 15 knots, variable. Temperature 43 Celsius. Target moving." Her gaze drifted past the walls. A convoy carrying a high-value target responsible for dozens of civilian and allied deaths. "I had one chance before they reached a mountain pass." "At that range, you're adjusting for Earth's rotation," Dalton said. "Yes, sir. Coriolis effect. Altitude, air pressure, temperature gradients, powder temperature, everything matters." The bullet was in the air almost 7 seconds. She looked at him. 7 seconds is a lifetime. Time to question your math. Time to pray. Time to think about the person on the other end, and why you're there. Her jaw tightened. The convoy stopped. Confirmation came minutes later. Attacks on 3 villages ended. "And I added another name to the list of people I've killed in the name of peace." Dalton understood the paradox without words. "Why tell me?" he asked. "Because you asked. And tomorrow, I take another shot." She held up her hand, a faint tremor ran through her fingers. "Different target. Same impossible math. Tonight I clean my rifle and wonder if I've got one more miracle left." He noticed the tattoo again. "Those coordinates. 3,347 meters. The shot that made me Ghost. My brother was an Army Ranger, killed in an ambush that might have been stopped by a single precise shot. I wear the distance to remember that every calculation matters. Every shot is someone's family." The room felt smaller. "Captain Chen," Dalton said, offering his hand. "It's an honor." She shook it firmly. "Sir, do you ever wonder if it makes a difference? All the shots, all the nights waiting in the dirt, does it mean anything?" He thought of villages sleeping safely, of soldiers coming home because someone unseen watched from far away. Every day I wonder, he said. And every day I meet someone like you and remember the answer. We're the thin line between chaos and the people who never have to see it. That rifle in your hands has protected more lives than most will ever know. The next morning, her mission report came in. Successful. Another impossible shot. Another quiet day for villages that would never know her name. Weeks later, back home, Dalton carried a new understanding of heroism. It isn't always loud or visible. Sometimes it's a woman in a dim armory, cleaning a rifle with reverence, carrying the weight of lives saved and lives taken. Sometimes heroes are ghosts. And sometimes the greatest stories remain classified, known only to those who understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking the shot anyway. If this story made you see sacrifice and service differently, share your thoughts. Tell someone about the quiet heroes in your life. And if you want more stories honoring those who serve in silence, stay with Military Comebacks. These stories matter. These heroes deserve to be remembered. Until next time, stay curious, stay grateful, and never forget the cost of freedom.